preseason football on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. With that, let's get over to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome with the call from New Orleans. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. I'm Brandon Gunn. He's Charles Davis. And Charles, just a little over 6 months ago that the Patriots beat the Rams in Super Bowl 53. Yes. That seems like a lifetime ago, but football is back, even if it's just the preseason.
And admit it, you had this circled on your calendar from the moment the Patriots won that Super Bowl game. You started looking at schedules saying, when's the first preseason game? Let's go.
I got to be honest, week 1 of the regular season is circled, but this is in pencil and it's underlined. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from the Superdome. This is taken at the 3. That is take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and it's not. That told me it's not just one time a week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Your team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that to come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Cousins now after the fumble recovery. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down.
So many times we look at a run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle.
And he's going to be they sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
All right, partner, count with me. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Look, he had all day to throw the football and never got rid of it and allowed for the sack. That's not on the offensive line.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. Could almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Second and 2. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's free going down left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 85 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it, and we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. He'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a gain of 34. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle. And he gets inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. This will be out 2 yards of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. This thrown quickly on Jones. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club that we talk about all the time. In football, put you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that, but in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the turn.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the time, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And a look now at the offense for New Orleans.
The steal in the 2017 NFL Draft had to be running back Alvin Kamara out of Tennessee, who ended up being that year's NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. Split time with Mark Ingram his first 2 years in the league. Mark Ingram now in Baltimore. It's his show. And through his first 2 years, almost equal yardage, rushing and receiving. Expect his rushing numbers to take a big leap in 2019.
On first down, top to throw. Gets it to Meredith, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 10 at the 36. Now a run on first down. Going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie. He can't hang. He's not going to say. No.
Running with Kamara. And Kamara has has it stripped, and this belongs to the Vikings. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They start the call, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Ready? 43. Check, 43. I know he ain't got it.
A first run for the backup Abdullah. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Here we go. 15 line. You got nothing. 44.
And here comes throw number 1, backup QB. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Wes Horton. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. And now a first chance for the backup to throw. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And he'll pass midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 9 now. And he incomplete there. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Now toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The tight end Josh Hill was the target, and it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Got the drive with Abdullah. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. A second for Abdullah. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. They're going to look to throw. That's caught by Treadwell. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. He's miles away and smiling.
And happy. They tried a quick hitter.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Malcolm Brown at $3 and some change comes in to drop the hammer. On third down, Abdullah looking for an opening. Not much there. He'll get it to the 39. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Wild now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like a game of tennis. Do you prefer ping pong, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Now the question, what do you do here? Time, not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
Here's Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Stephen Weatherly just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped way short of the first down at the 29. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half. We get back at it underway in this preseason opener. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints defense ready to set up shop again here. And we watch now how effective they've been, how disruptive they've been in the backfield.
What's been so difficult for the offense is that
here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. This quarterback now 3 out of 5 since taking over as he's given his guys a first down. Back to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he finds one incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying out, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And the blitz does come. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Complete to the fullback hand. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. And this is incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Back to throw here. And he will not be able to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means
they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a lot. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. In for the score. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And they begin the drive with Abdullah. And they're able to swing behind the line, and his rough night continues. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd and 10. Robinson's got it. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they like some matchups that they had, thought could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Tackle made by Aude Aruna. He finds Matthews. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Open man, it's Keith Kirkwood. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. First down, Bridgewater. He goes down. Stephen Weatherly. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Bridgewater to throw it. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing, Bridgewater. He gets this one complete. Traquan Smith.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well, the punter goes on a sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
25 yards that time. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. This is Abdullah. Touchdown, Amir Abdullah, 54 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
So what did you say earlier, my man? You said one big play away from getting back in this game. And guess what? There it was.
Yeah, we talked about it, that despite the scoreline, they were that close on the road, and boom, there you go.
Well done, Nostradamus.
Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2.
Get ready. Get ready. 44 is the mic. 44 is mic.
They'll look to throw. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here live in New Orleans, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play. Bailey now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 5, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get...
Catch short of the marker by just a yard, leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
You gonna see me in your nightmare.
This is Murray. And he slips up past the 45 for being tackled. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A run, it's Murray. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now it's a leg with Bridgewater. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And this is hauled in by Matthews. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This is a screen to Abdullah. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Looking to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10. Just missed that one.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throw, Bridgewater. He's got Smith here. Be put down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Complete. Smith has it. And they really let him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now they'll run. Murray. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across clean as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Run. This is Allen. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. They'll run for it. This is Murray. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. But they're looking for a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He's back to throw. They find Taylor. That's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Built to throw. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. And that is incomplete. Showing off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And that's incomplete. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
Remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll get the other way.
They'll look to throw.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency, put themselves in the right position.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Back to throw. And it's caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. David Morgan with time running out as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up for the 4th quarter. Back to throw. He can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. 25 seconds to go. A must recover if they're going to have any chance. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.